we are all descendants of this bloodline that engaged mankind thousands of years ago. You discover that Hitler was obsessed with ancient technology.
Yeah.
And he sent his Nazis all over the world looking. Tibet. They went to the end of the earth looking for.
The world is at this point where we don't really want the truth. We want a version of it that is comfortable enough.
There's no universal limit. It's unlimited. We're proving that by our actions and continuing to work and press on to bring people the information. That's how we literally get one mind reprogrammed at a time.
Man, you know what the fuck this is. Yeah, I'm laying down. I ain't sleeping on none of this shit. You know, I'm a kook for knowledge. Like, I love knowledge. You know what I'm saying? That's like my one thing. You know, I know a lot of things, but I know nothing at the same time. Just as all of you guys. We only know what's underneath the sun on this rock right now because we have not left this rock. So you got to put it all in like perspective from what you perceive until we're able to actually leave the rock. Now, just of present, you know, of recent, and you know, I guess for the last 100 years or 200 years, few hundred years, it's longer than what we possibly know. We actually have been leaving this rock, or some pieces of us, or you know, spurts of us, like members of the mankind of human race, have been leaving the earth. Like whether you've been abducted, you know, because it's people. I'm not the person to tell you you haven't been abducted. I can't be like, you've never been abducted. Because, you know, I've had the dream where I felt like I was being held down too. And I was like laying down and they be like, yo, the devil's riding your back. What the fuck ever. To me, I felt like something was going on and something was wrong from the get-go. Maybe some aliens came in and put you to sleep, and or put you in a deeper sleep, and when you was trying to wake up you didn't realize they was doing like probe and exercise on you as a kid. You have no idea what actually could be going on behind the scenes. And with that being said, I'm gonna get into my review. You know, and really it's just gonna be, you know, a review of, you know, one of the latest, you know, high level conversations. I like those upper echelon level conversations. You should go watch it yourself. That's probably what my review really is, because I really just, you ever just feel drained? Like, just not drained, but you just feel like not doing shit. You just got to come out of that. I am a content creator, I guess, as well as a soul singer. So I just downloaded some new instrumentals that I made. And, I'm getting ready to make myself make music. It's not really making myself make music. I don't have to force myself to paint or be creative. But anyway, into what's real with what we was actually doing, man. I'm gonna put y'all on game real quick.
I appreciate my pops for teaching me how to be a guy. I'm a boy to a man. And ultimately,
We're not doing all this.
Been on my mind lately is the cosmic reality and the cosmic observer. I've been studying a lot just how ancient civilizations, thinkers, philosophers would correlate themselves with solar cycles or moon cycles or cosmic cycles, and how modern man has lost.
And look, we need to know this shit. You don't understand, how important it is for us to actually know what the freak is going on in the stars. Like all of these talks about asteroids, these warnings, they keeping you on high alert. All of this shit, it relates and correlates to what goes on Earth with the earthquakes and tsunamis and the storms, all of that. When they be talking about these solar flares and what these things are actually capable of, like, yo, this is all in us to be like this. We need to be on this level to actually survive the next plane of existence.
That observation of self in a sense of how the sun, moon, and star affects them, or what age are we actually living in. And when you go and you draw back, whether it's the ancient Anunnakians or in Sumer, or you looking at cosmists in Russia, there was always these conversations about the evolution of society, the immortality of society, but also how cosmic bodies affected us and how that has shifted on human behavior. And when I look at those old philosophies and I look at where we are in modern day, they were spot on as far as looking at how solar activity affects.
Hey, it's a present. This is me and your first time watching this. So if you haven't watched it and you one of those type of people, this is like a preview spoiler because I'm not about to review this whole thing. It's like 3 hours of this shit, bro. I don't see how these niggas do this shit. This shit for 3 hours, my God. I commend both of y'all, all y'all people that got these shits on here for this long. Man, bro, y'all crazy, bro.
Beings. Now we're in what we call a solar cycle 25, right? Where you have high solar cycles and low solar cycles, to where the sun emits, a larger amount of sunspots and sun flares towards the earth, right? And there was a correlation in the.
See, and you know what's so crazy? Is I was just talking about this with y'all. And this is my first time watching this. I know I'm fast forwarding it, but for the little few minutes I'm about to give you this knowledge, you know what I'm saying, of what these guys are talking about, and me confirming my own research, which I suggest you do your own research in your own spare time. This shit is real. This shit is lit. I'm going to fast forward in just a minute just to let you know, you know what I mean, because you got to go do your own research. And I thank you for coming through and watching my channel and supporting what I do. You know what I'm saying? Go check out my website, josiefuller.com. There go my drop. I'm gonna keep going.
Philosophy that was breaking down how human physiology is directly affected by what happens in the cosmos. Now, what I want to talk to Billy Carson about today is some of the ancient philosophies around the cosmos and how human bodies are connected to cosmic bodies. Now, there's a lot more subjects that he don't know we about to go into as well, but I believe he's
like suspicions of like Billy Carson being like a plant. It's like, to me, it's like we're all plants, like, but just being like theoretic, like being like a conspiracy theorist, like they say like Bill Carson's like a plant. You gotta do your own research on people. So this, I mean, I look at it like you gotta find this shit out. And what's real is what's real. Seeing is believing, but hearing is kind of effective, and feeling is just as effective. And all feelings put into it, fuck all that. You gotta know what's what in this world, okay?
Person for this job. I don't have to prepare him, no prep work, don't tell him what's about to come, but I know he has a lot of knowledge in his mind that can add some interesting thought to this subject. And so I want you all to think about when.
From what I know though, me and Bill Carson technically be saying the same shit. I mean, he's pretty much, like I said, the universe will validate some of the things that just bop into my head and let me know it's true by somebody else researching it. And that also let me know about the collective theory I had a long time ago, with it all being one mind scattered across the universe. Like, you have no idea how deep this shit actually goes. But we're going to find out as we dive into the rabbit hole. Hey, yo, even on the spiritual side, when you die, it's all still one conscious. You really just don't know how deep this shit goes. But we're going to keep going.
We are in time. What cycle are we at? And how we've lost our connection. We may look at our watches. We may think about our jobs. We may think about our financial cycles. But when it comes to the cosmic cycles, the cosmic observer have all lost his consciousness and understanding his place in the universe. So therefore, we don't really know what we're doing. Now, when you understand the age that you're living in and the time that you're living in, you know exactly what to do for this time. You understand why certain empires must fall. You understand why societies go through shifts. You understand why
I just said that shit. We know everything but nothing at the same fucking time.
Female consciousness is being raised on the planet Earth. You understand why certain science and technological advancements start to happen. Why people start to seek immortality and destroy a lot of the things that have been constructed by man as far as his institutions. Because it's the natural order of cycle of things as far as how consciousness is affected by the cosmos. That's our topic for today, Mr. Billy Carson.
I mean, it's really more based on preservation, though. Yeah, it is like a thing to destroy what's old, how we burn records. But for the most part, a lot of it's about like trying to create something that can be preserved throughout anything, like anything.
Hey, I'm I'm ready, man. That's a great topic.
How you feeling?
Hey, phenomenal, man.
Yes,
Phenomenal.
sir.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't have to get accolades because people already know. We just came from the Conscious Awards, and you've been all around the world, right? Literally, everywhere you go, you see Billy Carson.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, shout out to these people too, man. They got the whole, Invest Fest coming up. That's another drop. If you're gonna be there, be there. I probably won't be there. You gotta have the bread to get in that Invest Fest. It really don't even matter. I'm trying to go because it does matter. So we'll see what happens. I might just bop off and stand outside if it's on one of them days that I'm off work anyway.
But you've done something phenomenal because I believe the reason that you've done so phenomenal is because you're prepared for the time that we're in. Right? I was looking up the root word of religion and go to religio, and it was specifically at the time it was talking about man's connection with the divine. So when a lot of people say they're not religious, not actually true, right? It's a misuse of the word based on how you connotate a feeling towards it. But religion is just man explaining his connection to the divine. So even by saying you're spiritual, right? That's a religion itself. But when we talk about the cosmic observer, I want to kind of get into how the ancient civilizations observed themselves, right, in effect to the cosmos.
Yeah. Ancient civilizations really saw themselves as a reflection of what happened in the sky. And that's where they revered what they saw in the sky, right? The rise of the sun and the descent of the sun as it went down into this region called, some of the ancients called it Jilbaba, the underworld. And they began to correlate themselves in these corporeal, temporal bodies as being...
Kind of hear underworld music whenever he talk like this. You can hear the damn Illuminati music playing whenever this nigga talk.
Directly connected and affected by what happens in the sky. And so as they began to make these observations, we see the Dogon tribe, for example, in Mali, Africa, who originally, they used to be the original inhabitants of the land of Kemet, long before the dynastic era even began. Eventually, they ended up getting pushed out into Mali, but even during the land of Kemet,
W. Bill, he on point.
Time of ancient Kemet, they had the knowledge of star systems in the sky, the Sirius A, B, and C trinary star system. Now, they claim that they were given knowledge about this from Nomo, from these advanced people named the Nomo that gave them the knowledge of these stars.
Palladians, but we're going to keep going.
But not only that, they gave them specific instructions on specific star alignments.
Palladians are advanced, never mind.
When to plant their crops, when to have their harvest, when to have celebrations, when to, for the women to start giving birth. All these cycles and celebrations and all these, these traditions were all based on specific star alignments. And it was amazing that they can do this because you really can't observe these stars, some of them with the naked eye. For example, Sirius B is a white dwarf. You can't see it with the naked eye, but they knew it was there. They knew the orbital period, and they knew when it was in a specific orbit that they would have some of these particular rituals. They have this one ritual called the Siggy, and during the Siggy, they would have these ritualistic dances with these masks, all symbolizing a lot of these ancient traditions. You go further back, also going to the ancient Sumerians, the Assyrians and the Babylonians, they all revered the sky. They understood.
I'm pretty sure, like, I read something about, like, a guy coming across the Dogon tribe and them telling them that they encountered, like, extraterrestrial beings, like, through dream states. Like, maybe they was high is whatever, off of whatever resources that could get them high enough to have a dream and start talking to aliens about the stars and shit. But don't quote me on that. Do your own research. Like, I could be wrong about that. Maybe they did get visited by Palladian priests and shit, and they was like fish type people and gave them knowledge and shed their flesh and different things like that. Who knows?
Sky in a way that we are just now understanding today, and how it affected them and how it affects civilization. They were tied into understanding the path to Orion and the path through the Orion to get to the Pleiades. They called the Pleiades Mulmul, M-U-L, and they revered Mulmul. And according to this, there are specific alignments that happen in that region of the sky that also control what happens here on Earth. When you read the text about it, it's almost like a butterfly effect. what happens there affects what happens here, and what happens here affects what happens there. And then in some way, spiritually.
And this is why I say you really need to know what's going on upstairs, because it's stars popping off right in our vicinity, like quasars and pulsars going off. And they doing their thing, and like it's magnetars popping up, and we thinking it's a game, but this shit is really like fucking with, you know, the magnetic poles of our entire solar system. Like it's not even just one planet. It's Earth too, because that's the one planet we live on. But I'm saying our entire solar system is like just, you know, being jaked around sometimes. Like we gotta really just step up our whole existence.
Felt like they were connected energetically and spiritually to the Pleiadian star system. And a lot of that information from that text made it into biblical text, as it's talked about in the Bible. It's talked about in other religious texts as well. But the thing that's amazing about it is that it's 400.
You know, the crazy part is that's where we're headed. That's like our solar system is honing in on the Palladian star system for some reason. Like it's gonna be unexplainable once they realize that trajectory. They've already said that the Earth and the sun and everything, the sun is moving towards a location. That's the location.
44 light years away from Earth, exactly. And this 444 symbol, which represents, for them at that in ancient times, it represented revolution. And so at the time that there's a particular alignment with the Pleiades, with Earth, there's this revolutionary mindset that always seems to crop up. It has a direct effect on us. It's part of the cycle of revolution.
Supposedly we're headed towards that solar star system, but there's no guarantee we'll get there, especially in this lifetime. Maybe like a few lifetimes, you know, because it's kind of like flinging a curveball through like nowhere. That bitch just going. And in the midst of nowhere, there's everything to block you and fuck you up when getting there. So you got to really pay attention to where you're going. But either way, man, look, listen. This shit right here is getting juicy. I'm about to play GTA and watch this. You know, I advise you to do some research and go watch this yourself. Bring the smart, intelligent people back. I know I'm smart and intelligent, but I don't got enough money to build a spaceship. So if you guys could just shop at my website, that's my other drop, josiefuller.com, and go stream my music. I look sleepy, but I'm really just high. Yeah. I get high and read shit and research the stars and existence and world culture and what is love and lust and the difference between hate and envy and all sorts of blurred lines. Most people don't even think I'm a Scorpio. It just is what it is. It's how it goes. Reflect on life to the deepest part until we're gone. Fizzle out and maybe we'll reach immortality. Immortal clad is just the ability to manifest yourself in lifetimes, beyond lifetime. Jesus, that walk was real. You guys stay up.